Tesla third quarter 2025 earnings call. You are in the right place. Welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. I'm Vaz and I'll be your guide for tonight. We had a slight issue with the previous event, which is not happening. O'Reilly Automotive has postponed it, their earnings call. So now I'm quickly ad hoc getting set up for this event. We will bring you the news and the numbers very shortly. Bear with me, stand by. In the meantime, join me in the chat. We have a poll. Do you think Tesla is hold, buy, sell, undecided, whatever, you name it? We are covering Tesla earnings on Martyn Lucas Investor. I can see everything is now coming through. Let me know if the audio is good, because on the previous event we had some issue with audio. Let me know if the audio is good. I'm now bringing up the Tesla chart and see what is going on. We are now I think the numbers are out. Looking at the volatility, the numbers are out and it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. So let me switch over to Tesla quickly and I'll bring out the numbers for you very shortly. So Tesla, bear with me. I am trying to pluck the numbers from the website. So we've got shareholders, we've got press release already. So that's all out. That is all out. We've got the webcast available as well. So let me bring this on the screen. We are 1 hour 15 minutes away. 1 hour 15 minutes away. You can see this is already on standby. This is already on standby. Tesla third quarter 25 financial results and QA webcast. The countdown is set for 1 hour 15 minutes. Let's have a look at the chart. We are having slight retraction. So let me just bring this. We have a short investors letter here. So let's have a look what Tesla has been doing. Tesla third quarter 2025 production, deliveries and deployments. That's from 2nd October. Hang on, that's not the right one. Okay, let's get back. I'm doing it as we speak. I had other events scheduled, which is not happening. It got postponed last minute. So bear with me. I'm now trying to get the info for you as we speak. Third quarter update, there we go. So I've got this on the screen. Let's go through the numbers. We've got third quarter 25 update. Can I make it bigger? We've got fairly long letters, so let's have a look quickly what we've got here. Profitability, cash, operations, summary. In third quarter, the Tesla team achieved a record vehicle deliveries globally, showing strength and growth across all regions while also achieving record energy storage deployment across the residential, industrial and utility sectors. This strong performance resulted in both record revenue and free cash flow generation in the quarter. We continue to launch new products that excite our customers across automotive and energy. We launched the new Model YL and Model Y Performance and further expanded our vehicle offering with the Model 3 and Model Y Standard, our most affordable vehicles. We also unveiled the Megapack 3 and Mega Block, which will further simplify large battery installations by reducing cost and time to deploy. We believe our scale and cost structure will enable us to navigate the shifting market dynamics across the globe more effectively than our peers, with advances in AI making our product the most compelling in the market. Our focus remains on scaling our core hardware business by maximizing our deliveries and deployments as these products will deliver increasing value to our customers over time via services powered by AI. Every Tesla vehicle delivered today is designed for autonomy while every Tesla energy storage product is capable of being enhanced and optimized by our virtual power plant and auto bidder functionality. We continue to deliver a fleet of products that brings AI into the real world as we pursue a future of sustainable abundance as outlined in our master plan part 4. While we face near-term uncertainty from shifting trade, tariff and fiscal policy, we are focused on long-term growth and value creation. We are prudently making the necessary investments in our business, including future business lines that we believe will drive incredible value for Tesla and the world across transport, energy, and robotics. So that was some initial few words from Tesla. Financial summary. Third quarter 2025, we have total automotive revenue 21.2 billion, energy generation and storage revenue 3.4 billion, services and other revenue 3.475. Year over year, we have massive increase in energy generation and storage revenue, and also great increase in services and other revenue. We also have 6% in vehicle deliveries. I do apologize. I need to shift it left and right because it's formatted in a strange way. It's formatted in a landscape profile, and it's quite difficult to bring it on the screen. So I'll be moving left and right. Total revenue, third quarter 2025, 28.095 billion. Total gross profit 5.054 billion, and total GAAP gross margin 18%. We have 12% year in revenue, 12% year over year growth in revenue, and we have 1% growth in the margin. Operating expenses, income from operations, we have 3.43 billion. Operating expensive 3.43 billion. Income from operations 1.624 billion, and operating margin 5.8%. So we have slight reduction. Well, we have quite big reduction in. Hang on. Income from operations. No, we have. Why is it negative? Right, we have massive increase. We have 40% increase, so that's great. We have adjusted EBITDA 4.227. That's a 9% decrease year over year, and we have EBITDA margin 15%. Earnings per share 0.39 is earnings per share attributable to common stockholder, diluted GAAP, and we have diluted non-GAAP 0.5. Net cash provided by operating activities 6.238 billion, and capital expenditures 2.248 negative. Free cash flow almost 4 billion, 10 million short of 4 billion. Cash equivalent and investment 41.647 billion, and that's a 24% year over year increase. So we have some interesting numbers. What else we've got here? Revenue increase in vehicle deliveries, growth in energy generation and storage, growth in service and other. We also have negatives. I like this newsletter, this investor's letter. That's very straightforward. Negatives, we have lower regulatory credit revenue, and we have lower one-time FSD revenue recognition year over year due to third quarter 24 release related to Cybertruck and certain features such as actually smart summon. Profitability, our operating income decreased 40%. year over year to 1.6 billion. So did I read this wrong to you? I may have read it wrong to you. Where are we? 40, where was it? Operating income. Operating was this line. Income from operations. Oh yes, it's year over year. That's deceived me. So so that is a decrease. Sorry, I do apologize. I beg your pardon. I misread this. It's very small letters, okay? I've got a screen very far apart from me. I'm 3 feet away from these tiny letters. So I do apologize. So it's decrease in 40%. Our operating income decreased 40% year over year to 1.6 billion, resulting in 5.8 operating margin year over year. Operating income was primarily impacted by the following items. Negative increase in operating expenses driven by SG&A, AI and other R&D projects. Increase in SBC and restructuring and other charges. Lower regulatory credit revenue. A lower one-time FSD revenue recognition year over year as described above. And higher average cost per vehicle due to lower fixed cost absorption for certain model. An increase in tariffs and sales mix partially offset by lower raw material cost. Very interesting. And positives: growth in energy generation and storage gross profit, increase in vehicle deliveries, and growth in services and other gross profit. So Tesla is slightly selling off. Let's see where this stops. Let's wait for the guidance. Let's wait for the call. We are about 1 hour and 5 minutes away. As you can see, the countdown on the screen. And Tesla has started selling off, as probably the investors have been deciphering the numbers, same as I have been. Model 3Y production. We have 2% decrease year over year. Other models production, 56% decrease year over year for third quarter. And total production decrease 5% year over year. Model 3Y deliveries, we have 9% increase to 481,000. Other model deliveries, 30% decrease year over year. Total deliveries, we totally delivered almost 500,000 cars. It's a 7%. Is this number of cars? Yeah. Or is this in? Hang on, I'm a bit confused now. That is in. Can somebody help me? Because I'm now completely confused. That's not number of cars. That is the revenue, isn't it? That is the revenue. That is the financial side. So we have 500 million. No. Can somebody help me in the chat, please? We've got Smart Money Advisor. Thank you for joining. Says, had a great run is what I'm saying. Sorry, I think it's relatively overbought. Had a great run is what I'm saying. And J Dubia says Tesla 0.50 as estimated. So they matched the estimates. Right, so we have total deliveries. We have 7% increase year over year, of which subject to operating lease accounting is decrease of almost 30%. Total end of quarter operating lease vehicle count. This is the vehicle count. Okay, total end of quarter operating vehicle lease vehicle count. 1% increase to 170,000 vehicles. So this is the number of vehicles. Okay, I've got it clear now. I completely, fully comprehend. Thank you for bearing with me. Total end of quarter operating lease vehicle count. So 170,000, 1% increase, and we have global vehicle inventory has decreased by 47% for the lease. Storage deployment in gigawatt hours has increased 81%. And Tesla locations, very interesting, very important. Tesla locations are up 15% year over year. Mobile service fleet negative, down 12%. Supercharger stations and supercharger connectors up 16, respectively 18%. Very interesting and mixed numbers as well. So we have some indication here. We will no doubt we will hear this on the call. So I will just quickly go through this. Tesla is coming down as we speak. So the investors are digesting the numbers. Here is current installed annual vehicle capacity in California for Model S, X, Model 3 and Y, Model 3 and Y in Shanghai, Berlin, Texas, Cybertruck, Tesla Semi in Nevada, and Roadster as well. So here are some numbers. You can see, I'll zoom this in. You can see the chart. You can decipher it yourselves. You can do your own takeaways from it. What else we've got here? Europe and the Middle East. Got artificial intelligence software and hardware. We began deploying V14 of FSD supervised in October, bringing a large portion of the robotaxi FSD model to consumers, plus improved handling of several complex scenarios such as avoiding road debris, yielding for emergency vehicles, and adding arrival options to indicate where FSD should park. We expanded both our service area and fleet count for our robotaxi service in Austin and launched our Bay Area ride-hailing service. These efforts help refine our robotaxi service by providing valuable real-world data that will allow us to quickly scale to other cities in the future with our universal model. We announced a deal to manufacture advanced semiconductors for AI inference and training in the US with Samsung, and further expanded our AI training compute capacity, bringing Cortex to a total of 81K H100 equivalents. So we have some interesting updates. Do we have any chart? Yes, we do have chart. Full self-drive miles on V12 and beyond, and full self-drive miles on V11 and before. Cumulative miles driven with FSD supervised in billions. In billions, we have some interesting numbers. We have some interesting numbers here. Vehicle and other software. Robotaxi iOS app. Excuse me. Robotaxi iOS app is now available to everyone in the United States and Canada. Anyone can download to join the waitlist. We continue to enhance our vehicles with over-the-air updates, deploying Grok as an AI companion for vehicles in North America, low power mode to help conserve energy, and light sync that synchronizes the car's interior accent lights with music. Interesting, very fancy. Customers can order food directly from their vehicle touchscreen before arrival at the Tesla diner in Los Angeles. I love it. That's like the best feature. That's the best feature of the car. The lights and this. I love it. I might buy a Tesla as well. Tesla app users can now pinpoint vehicle concerns and diagnose urgent issues to dispatch mobile technicians to help streamline vehicle service. Very interesting. Very interesting. What else we've got? Energy generation and storage. Those who are just joining, we are covering Tesla earnings call. We are waiting. We are about 58 minutes away. We are now going through the investors letter. Tesla has been selling off. The market has now been digesting the numbers. We could have a good entry opportunity if you like the numbers. If you don't like the numbers, obviously, there could be further reaction. When I look at the yearly chart, when I look at the yearly chart quickly, we had a bottom in the tariff wars in April, which was just over $200. We're about 200. Where's the low? 220 something. So we hit the bottom here, and then since we have been slowly laddering up. Obviously, Elon Musk's involvement with the government, Tesla has been facing a lot of headwinds, but it's been very very well going up. As you can see, today we are trading right now. Right now we are trading at $431.07, 26. So let's see if this goes even lower. Let me just zoom in so it's nice and clear. Let's see if this keeps selling off, or if we have a recovery. 56 minutes away from the actual presentation, from the actual call. No doubt that we will have more reaction on the actual call. We are now going through the newsletter, through the investors letter. Those who are just joined, we are covering Tesla third quarter earnings call, waiting for the presentation and the webcast to start. In the meantime, hit the like button and subscribe if you like this content. We are covering most of the earnings we can, most of the earnings, or all earnings requested by our members as well. We had scheduled O'Reilly Automotive, but the earnings call got not cancelled but postponed till tomorrow morning. Last minute, Donda. Orly earnings released. Donda. I don't know if you caught it. The earnings call for O'Reilly has been moved till tomorrow morning. You can see it on the screen. Have a look. This presentation will begin on Thursday, October 23rd, 10 a.m. Central. So just so you know, Donda. I haven't prioritized Tesla. I was going to do O'Reilly, but we found out on the event that it's been pushed back. So just so you know, I'll bring the results in a minute. I'll bring the results on the screen in a minute. Let's just quickly go through the Tesla investors letter. Energy generation and storage, we have quite good increase. Services and other, I will not go through this. We will no doubt we will hear this on the actual presentation. Got some photos and charts as well. Model 3 and Model Y standard. The Tesla lineup is now more affordable. Very fancy looking. Model Y performance. I like the red. It's very sporty and very energy, as they call it. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds. Wow, that's impressive. Model YL, the extended wheelbase, 3-row option. Model YL, more interior pictures. Very spacious. I love the glazed sunroof. That's great. Gigafactory Texas, 500,000 vehicles produced. Very good. I love it. That's a great picture. Optimus at the Tron Ares premiere. Very interesting. Las Vegas. That says literally Megas, yeah? It doesn't say Vegas, it says Megas. Megapack 3 launch event. Las Vegas, again, Megapack 3 launch team. Key metrics, quarterly. So we have vehicle deliveries. Let me just zoom in so you can see the chart nice and clear. Vehicle deliveries, millions of units. So we have 500,000 of vehicles delivered in this quarter. You can see the uptrend has been building up. We have operating cash flow is going up, and we have net income, which is growing as well, along with the adjusted EBITDA. Okay, what else we've got in this letter? We have more key metrics. We have vehicle deliveries in millions of units as the total vehicle deliveries. You can see it's stagnating. Operating cash flow, again, upside, slight uptrend. in long term, and we have net income that has been going down. What else we've got here? Financial statements. So I will leave this on the screen. I will leave this on the screen for now, and I will look up the O'Reilly results as well. We are 52 minutes away, so we have plenty of time. We will slightly digress into the O'Reilly. I think we've got Chinooks flying overhead. We will slightly digress into the O'Reilly automotive earnings, which was the scheduled event for tonight, but they pushed it back till tomorrow morning. So let's just have a look if we have the numbers. O'Reilly to report their results. Yes, we've got the numbers. Tesla has been slightly recovering now. Let's see what the earnings call is going to bring. What are the markets doing in general? Because Tesla being in Mag 7, that will definitely have a knock-on effect on the S&P. So the S&P slightly down. Nasdaq going slightly down after hours. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum going down as well. And gold and silver are fairly steady. So O'Reilly Automotive Incorporated reports third quarter 25 results. Third quarter comparable store sales growth of 5.6%, 9% increase in third quarter operating income, and 12% increase in third quarter diluted earnings per share to 0.85. O'Reilly Automotive, a leading retailer in automotive aftermarket industry, today announced record revenue and earnings for its third quarter ended September the 30th, 2025. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the chart, shall we? Let me just bring this up because I switched everything to Tesla. So let's just have a second. ORLY is the ticker symbol, and we are looking at the chart. So we had record revenue, but we had a big reaction towards down. And now we are, it wasn't as big. It's only 1.2%. That's not so massive. Okay. So we are stagnating. This could go up tomorrow morning on the earnings call. Let's have a look what we've got here from O'Reilly. We are covering, those who just joined, we are covering Tesla earnings call, third quarter 25. We are waiting. We are about 50 minutes away from the webcast. We should see Elon on the screen. This looks like this will be a video event as well. In the meantime, we are quickly going through O'Reilly earnings report because it was supposed to be the event scheduled for now, but it's pushed back till tomorrow morning. So we are just covering this because this was requested by one of our members, by Donda, who paid $10 super chat. So I just want to dedicate a bit of time to this before we start the Tesla event. Brad Beckham, O'Reilly CEO, commented, "We are pleased to report another quarter of solid performance and profitable growth, highlighted by a 5.6% increase in comparable store sales and 12% increase in diluted earnings per share for the third quarter. Our team continues to execute our proven business model at a very high level, generating robust sales growth by delivering share gains on both sides of our business. Team O'Reilly's commitment to providing unparalleled services to our customers drove our strong results. And I would like to thank each of our 93,000 team members for their unrelenting hard work and dedication." Put too many syllables in there. Sales for the third quarter ended September the 30th increased 341 million or 8% to 4.71 billion from 4.36 billion for the same period 1 year ago. Gross profit for the third quarter increased 8% to 2.44 billion, or 51.9% of sales. Wow, that's a massive number. From 2.25 billion, or 51.6% of sales for the same period 1 year ago. Selling, general and administrative expenses for the third quarter increased 8% to, let me just mute something. I'm getting messages coming through. Let me mute this. Where are we? Selling, general and administrative expenses for the third quarter increased 8% to 1.4 billion, or 31.1% of sales, from 1.35 billion, or 31.0% of sales for the same period 1 year ago. Operating income for the third quarter increased 9% to 976 million, or 20.7% of sales, from 897 million, or 20.5% of sales for the same period year ago. Net income for the third quarter ended September 30th increased 60 million, or 9%, to 726 million, or 15.4% of sales, from 665 million, or 15.2% of sales. So we are growing. O'Reilly Automotive is doing well. For the same period 1 year ago, diluted earnings per common share for the third quarter increased 12% to 0.85 on 853 million shares versus 0.76 on 875 million shares for the same period 1 year ago. The company completed a 15-for-1 forward stock split on June the 10th, 25, and accordingly, all share and per share data in current and comparable periods have been adjusted to reflect the split. One more paragraph. Mr. Beckham, the CEO, concluded, as a result of our year-to-date performance and updated outlook for the remainder of 2025, we are raising our full year 2025 comparable store sales guidance to a range of 4% to 5%. We remain confident in the underlying demand drivers of our industry and our team's ability to grow our share for the market by delivering industry-leading customer services. Very interesting. Sales for the first 9 months increased by 6%. Gross profit for the first 9 months increased 7%. Very interesting. Some interesting numbers. So tomorrow morning, we'll be covering the actual presentation, whether it's me or Sensei. We will have a look into that. Do we have any more? We have any more highlights? There are some financials. There are some numbers on the screen. There's more very interesting numbers. O'Reilly have been beating fairly well. I remember the last earnings call. It had a good reaction on the actual call. So let's see tomorrow morning how the markets are going to digest this. Here are some more numbers. You can pause it. I'm not going to read through it because we are waiting for the Tesla webcast, which is about 45 minutes away. Don't go anywhere. We'll be starting in few minutes. Well, 45 minutes. It's not so long. Not so long. So you can pause the screen. You can zoom in. You can see the numbers. I'm quickly just offering this to you. We have some shareholders portion as well. Number of shares. Very interesting. I will come to chat very shortly. I can see there's been lots of messages coming through. I can see MSK is here. Hello MSK. Happy birthday to you. I'm not gonna sing to you, but happy birthday. We've got sales. Yeah, we've got some more numbers. So again, you can pause it, zoom into it, read through it, and I'll be coming to Tesla in a minute. We have 9 months of this year and last year comparison, you can see the growth, you can see the increase in pretty much every single value, every single line, which is positive, very positive. I'm just trying to scan through the numbers if I can highlight something, but that'll be for tomorrow's event. And 12 months ended September the 30th. We have also growth. We have growth in pretty much most of the values, so that's very positive, very positive. What's the and we can see the recovery now. The investors have been digesting the numbers, and we could see we are back to the closing bell levels. Again, very good. Donda, are you invested in O'Reilly? What is your average? Let me know what is your average. I'm very interested. What is your average? And when did you buy in? Right, there's some more financials from O'Reilly. 1 more minute. You can pause the screen. You can zoom into it if you are interested, and we'll be coming back to Tesla again. Got some more. Got employee stuff is raising as well. Sales up, everything is up. That's great. Well, tomorrow we will have an interesting earnings call. Definitely, we are waiting for the Tesla webcast starting in about 40 minutes. I will come to the chat room with you, and I'll have a chat with you as well, because I've neglected you. Tesla, what Tesla has been doing. Tesla looks like Tesla will go lower. So let's see what it's going to do when we get the actual webcast through, and let's have a look at the chat. Who we've got. Let's check the markets first as well. S&P slightly recovering. Nasdaq slightly recovering. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum still down, no recovery, and gold and silver are negative and flat pretty much. So what we've got in the chart, well, first of all, we have a poll. So in the poll, you can see it on the screen: buy, hold, sell, and undecided. To me, I will, I don't know, from the numbers I would say it's a buy, but I will not show you what I'm voting for, so you are not biased, because you will be saying, oh, Vas said, so no, you're not gonna be saying it, but there's a poll. Take part in the poll. Let me just get rid of it. Take it off the screen. That's it. So who we've got here? Jay, Dubaya, Tesla 50%, 0.50 as estimated. Smart Money Advisor, I think it's relatively overbought. Had a great run, is what I'm saying. MSK is here. Well and growth stock by definition are all growth stocks by definition are overbought, as you are paying for the future price. It's about how much you are willing to overpay. Yeah, true. Charcoal, if the whales think it's a buy, it's going up. Smart Money Advisor, as a smart investor, you would want to buy a value. MSK, be smart, people, be smart. Yeah, I agree. We all want to be smart and clever investors. We don't want to be bros. We don't want to be some crazy lunatics who are buying based on other people buying and selling. Yeah, Donda, we've just been through O'Reilly. Donda says on Robinhood. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I heard, but they beat earnings showing on Robinhood. Yeah, we've just been through the numbers. Hopefully you like the numbers, and let me know in the chat. Oh, I can see your average coming through. Okay, I'll come to it very shortly. Thank you. Come on, Vaz, just say it. It's sexy. What am I supposed to say? What is sexy? MSK, what is sexy? Oh, the car. Is the car sexy? Well, it might be. Charcoal, trying to say something. Come back to us. James is here. Thank you for joining. MSK, James in the house. Walker is here. Thank you for joining. Smart Money Advisor. It's still early Imagine if we can figure out a battery that can generate its own power. Like Rick's ship. Zach is here. Thank you for joining, Zach. Thank you for joining, Zach. All welcome back home to me. James, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, MSK. Yes, happy birthday, MSK. MSK is officially old. I was going to say MSK is officially adult and mature, but he's not, probably in his head. So I love you, MSK. MSK James, oh, he loves it. Yeah, everyone wish MSK happy birthday because he came back after a year. He hadn't been with us for like a year, and he came back just because it's his birthday. So he came back on his birthday. I love it. Hopefully you will enjoy this Tesla party today. And well, it looks like it's gonna be selling off, so hopefully you will. I just see Walker saying, MSK is 47, isn't he? Oi, let's not pick on MSK, yeah? It's his birthday, okay? Let's be nice to him. Smart Money Advisor, happy birthday. You're a little bit older now. MSK, Zach Zai, thanks, Mr. Technology. Yeah, let's all wish MSK happy birthday. Guy, what is he saying? Guys, no, let's not intrude Vaz's show. Well, why are you here, mate? Why are you here? James is saying, MSK, I hope you are having a good birthday. Wishing you all the best. James, please smash the like button and say happy birthday to MSK on your way in. Donda. Your average on O'Reilly is 102.16. So you might be making some money later today. Oh, Zach. Oh, thank you for the super chat. And you are locked in with your Virgin Galactic earnings. And that will be, funny enough, that will be me, Zach, for you. Very good. Thanks for that. Let me just check the earnings. What we might be clashing with. Well, we will not be clashing because you are locked in now, Zach. But let me check this. Today we have Tesla, IBM, whatever that is. Tomorrow, Intel, Ford. From the mentionable. Tomorrow morning, we will have O'Reilly earnings call. The actual presentation. Friday, P&G, Procter & Gamble, probably the most noteworthy. Next week will be jam-packed. And if you want to lock in your earnings call, it's a tenner for members. Because we have a lot on. Monday is a bit quiet. I can't see anything appealing to me, but you might have your favorite stock on there. So have a look at the screen. Let me just zoom in a bit. Whoa, that's too much. All right, let me zoom in. That's the biggest I can get it, so it's within a reason. Tuesday we've got in the morning SoFi and PayPal. We also have UPS. We have United Health as well. Warren Buffett. Tuesday after hours, Enphase. I highlighted EA because I'm expecting that could be a good beat on EA as well. We've got Visa. We've got Booking Holding. We've got some more. Wednesday, got Boeing in the morning, Caterpillar. We've got Verizon Communication. Few more stocks. Got Etsy as well. Wednesday after hours. We've got Microsoft, we've got Meta, and we've got Google, along with Starbucks and more. But Microsoft, Meta, and Google, that will be big. And whoever comes first and locks their earnings, they will have their earnings. And same for Thursday. Thursday morning, we have Shell, Eli Lilly, we've got MasterCard, we have Roblox as well. We've got Altria as well, Marlboro and tobacco industry. We have Merck Company. And then in the afternoon, Very big day on Thursday as well. We have Amazon, Apple, Coinbase, and MicroStrategy. And if we have somebody brave enough investing in Reddit, we have Reddit as well. So something to look out for next week. Then we have Chevron in the morning. We have on Friday, we have ExxonMobil as well. So these are the earnings for you for the next week. Thank you, Zach. I will just check the following week. So Tuesday the 4th, Virgin Galactic, 5th, Wednesday the 5th. Oh, Zach, it might be Sensei for you. We've got Joby. I just got message from Joby. I just got notification from Joby. So let's have a look. When is Joby doing their earnings? Joby is reporting third quarter financial. Bear with me. Oh, why can't you just put it in that email? Do I need to click on? Bear with me. I need to click on the article, open it on their website. So I got confirmation of Joby Aviation earnings call. Right, it's not doing anything. That's great. Let me open it in here. Oh, there we go. Joby Aviation to report third quarter financial results, November the 5th. Okay, Zach. We might be doing a parallel event then. Might be. I'll speak with Sensei. Zach, you are locked in. Don't worry about it. You are locked in. You're not gonna lose your Virgin. That means Wednesday after hours next week is probably done. It's probably done and gone. Unless we have somebody who really wants to cover Robinhood. But I don't think we have a good I don't think we have covered some Robinhood earnings before, but I don't think we have anybody as enthusiastic over Robinhood. And the following day we have Archer as well. That's a big one. So Archer is already locked in. On the 4th, on Tuesday, we have Vertical Aerospace in the morning, pre-market as well, just so you know. So we'll have a good eVTOL week. We have Tuesday the 4th, Vertical Aerospace in the morning, in the afternoon. On Wednesday, Joby, and on Thursday afternoon, we've got Archer. So Wednesday, Joby and Virgin Galactic. Everything is locked in now. Very good. Good job. Thank you, Zach. Thank you for the confirmation. What else we've got in the chat? MSK is 47, isn't he? Hi, it's 46, yeah? Don't make him look older. Walker, no, but it makes you feel better for sure. Walker says, I'm just jealous of that $1 million smile. Yeah. What else we've got here? James is asking, when is Pfizer earning? Okay, James. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look for you. James, so you can lock it in. That will be in the morning, won't it? Pfizer. I misspelled it. No, it's Pfizer. I can't spell. Wow, I've got it now. Okay. I think I broke my earnings hub. Pfizer. Oh, there we go. PFE, Pfizer. So your earnings call on for Pfizer is on Tuesday, the 4th November. Pre-market. James, you want to log this in because we've got Vertical Aerospace. That'll be me and Sensei. Right, James, you want to log this in right now. I'm telling you, you want to log this in. 4th of November, Tuesday, in the morning. 6:45. Oh, that's not UK time, is it? 6:45. Because James, because let me just check something. Let me just. Nothing is talking to me today. I don't know why. Nothing has been communicating. Well, this is brilliant. Well, the bottom line is, James, it's Tuesday the 4th in the morning, so you really want to log this in, mate. Otherwise, you will be late. What else we've got here? Energy fuels. I'm tempted, says Walker. I'm going to make a cup of tea and get a slice of cake to celebrate MSK's birthday. I love it. Jamie Rees, I wanna hear both Joby and Space. Yeah, you will get both. Don't worry. You will get both, Jamie. Are you in? You, Walker. He is. Jamie Rees, I'm tempted on that one, but I'm not sure about entry point just yet. Walker says was in at a real good price, but sold, back in it now. Jamie Rees was thinking about around 20 if it gets that low. Okay, so we are having conversations. Zach is saying fly, earnings fly. That's great. Do we have any more questions? Textron, eVTOL, Wichita, KS is being sold after 4 years. Thanks for the update, Terry Rose. I will have a look into that. Textron is reporting tomorrow morning, isn't it? Textron, where are we? Textron is reporting tomorrow morning. If you want us to cover that, yeah, we can have a look for you. 1300. So that is in British. That is in British time. That's my local time. So James, you should get your Pfizer. You should get your Pfizer. Or speak with Sensei. If you want to lock it in, you should get your Pfizer with Sensei. What is Tesla? What is Tesla doing? Right, Tesla. O'Reilly is stagnating. Tesla has been continuing with a little sell-off. We seem to have a resistance around $4 to $9.80. So let's see. Support. Let's see if we break through and we go any lower. If we look at the larger scale, just to give us a bit of an idea. Wow. Yeah, I would not be surprised if this just continues down. Yeah, the next stop, if it breaks today's support, I think we will be hitting. We are going to be looking at 4 to 4 levels with Tesla. Just something to enhance your today's experience as well. So Tesla earnings call. We are 25 minutes away. Let me just turn down the heater. It's getting a bit hot in here. And I can change the lights, can't I, as well? I will change the lights to red from the O'Reilly green. I'll change it to red. You know when I was taking a make out of Sensei, when I've got my lights controls on my finger, it's not working anymore for whatever reason. I need to reinstall everything. I haven't had the time, so I need to do it through my mobile. I need to connect to the app. I need to connect via Bluetooth. I need to change it manually. So yeah, it's aged very well. It's matured very well. I hope Sensei is not watching, and I hope you're not gonna tell Sensei either. Yeah. Right. Let me just change this one to a red, so we have better experience. We are about 20 minutes away. There we go. We are about 23 minutes away from starting the actual webcast. Let's have a look at the markets, what the markets have been doing. S&P. Let's have a look at the S&P. Right, the S&P is flat. After hours, we had a slight reaction to the Tesla earnings. Excuse me. And we will have definitely reaction next week, Wednesday and Thursday, when we have the rest of the Magnificent Seven coming out with their numbers. You've got Nasdaq. Still down. Bitcoin, XRP. Oh, XRP is falling, and Ethereum. All crypto is falling. Okay, that's interesting. Gold and silver are falling as well, because gold was about minus 0.50 something, and silver was 0.27 or so. Oh, interesting. So it looks like the markets might be selling off even more. Very interesting. So we are still waiting for the Tesla actual webcast to start. I think there'll be a video event. We are about 20 minutes away. Let me know in the chat, do we have any Tesla investors? I will end this poll. I'll end this poll in 10 seconds. So if you didn't submit your vote, you can do it now in the chat right below me. There's a poll. Is Tesla buy, hold, or sell? Is Tesla buy, hold, or sell? Got 5 more seconds, and I'm closing it now. So what are the numbers? What are the results? Well, you spoke. Tesla, 34% think it's a buy, 24% is sell, 23% undecided, and 19% hold. Okay, let's create a new poll for you. Start a poll. Are you invested in Tesla? Long term, option 1. Short term, no. Trading, option 2. Not interested, and undecided. No, considering. Right, there's a new poll in the chat. If you wanna help us, to get a feel of what the audience is here today, what the audience is about, let's have a look. If we have long-term investors, if we have traders, if we have people who are not interested and just following Tesla for the sentiment and for the macro, and also we have potential investors as well. So let's have a look what Tesla has been doing. Tesla is flat now. Last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes candles are flat. So let's see what the actual report is going to bring us. Do we have any more numbers? There's some more numbers. Do we have any more? We have balance sheet. We will hear all about this on the earnings call. You can also find this letter on the Tesla Investor Relations. Terry Rose says, mine in an ETF. What ETF are you in, Terry? What ETF are you in? I'm quite interested. in ETFs now. So Terry, let me know, what ETF are you in? Let me just get this out of the way. There we go. We have some more financials, reconciliation of GAAP and non-GAAP financial information. Again, we will hear this on the webcast. Webcast information, certain terms. Okay. Forward-looking statements. Yeah, it's the bread and butter of every investor's letter, isn't it? Right, Terry, let me know, what ETF are you invested in as a Tesla investor, or what position you are in as a Tesla investor. Let's see what the markets have been doing. We have no further reaction apart from crypto. Let's have a look at the charts for you. Let me bring up let me bring up XRP. What XRP is doing. No, this one I've got wrong one. It's XRP USD. XRP USD. So what XRP is doing? That's not looking very good. That's not looking very good. In short term. Wow. Let me zoom out a bit. I've now swapped my... Oh, what's going on? Right. Let me zoom out. Ooh, right. Yeah, the next support will be around $2. I have no doubt Sensei's already told you. So we are now touching that 30 something mark. And the next support will be just under $2 or around $2. Interesting. Definitely tune in tomorrow to Sensei's morning show. He'll give you update. What is Bitcoin doing? BTC USD. What is Bitcoin doing? We have a sell-off as well. Not as drastic, not as volatile as XRP, but on the daily we are. On the daily, we are now selling off again. Last 3-4 candles is just going down. What is Ethereum doing? ETH USD. Ethereum is selling off even more. Wow. It's an interesting candle. Gold and silver. Gold slightly laddering up today. And silver pretty much copying gold. Very interesting. So the US 500 S&P currently flat. Tesla flat, waiting for further guidance, waiting for the actual event to start. What is the eVTOL market doing? What is the eVTOL market doing today or after hours? Let me just refresh all these charts. It's TradingView. Do you have any good experience with TradingView? I don't. You can see on every show, I'm just struggling to open everything, to get everything live. I need to refresh it all the time. Let me know, what is your experience with TradingView? I need to catch up with Sensei, because Sensei, he's so slick with TradingView. It's nowhere near. I'm nowhere near to Sensei's level of usage. So Vertical Aerospace, again, the support around $4.60. We're gonna retest it again, no doubt. But we have one big catalyst. Brewing, and we also have one big catalyst brewing with Archer Aviation. If you join me tomorrow afternoon, I'll be talking about Archer and some news coming in the few days. Hopefully in the few days. We have some progress. Joby, quiet and flat after hours, and Archer. We had some good news today, which turned out was not as good news as we expected. Last 2 days, it was Archer have been announcing some good news, but these news are not as good as they sound. But flat after hours, Horizon Aircraft. Let me refresh this. HOVR. Horizon Aircraft is flat after hours as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we retest this support again around $4.20. So Tesla, flat and quiet. We are about 13 minutes away from the actual webcast. Terry Rose says, mine in an ETF. Please stand by. Oh, Terry did the research, and Terry is saying his ETF is JEPQ. It holds 2.78% of Tesla, and YALL, and it holds 7.6% of Tesla. Well, thank you, Terry. Thank you for clarifying this. Do you have any more Tesla investors? Let me know your average. Let me know your average in the chat. What is your average with Tesla? Excuse me. What is your average with Tesla? Have you been buying when it was down, or have you been or were you buying, or have you been buying on the way up, or have you been now trying to catch an uptrend? Let me know in the chat. We are 12 minutes away. Let's see what the markets are doing. S&P is flat. Nasdaq, no reaction, flat. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum falling even lower from what it was a few minutes ago. Gold and silver seem to be flat as well. Wow, very interesting day. Very interesting day. We are about 12 minutes away. Tomorrow I'll be Terry says you're welcome. Thank you, Terry. Tomorrow I'll be live with, obviously Sensei will be live in the morning with his morning show. Tomorrow I'll be live with Archer Update, unless we have some more news, unless we have some news from Vertical Aerospace or other eVTOL companies, but I'll be live with my daily eVTOL content. And Sensei, Friday morning. Saturday, I have no eVTOL live show because I'm away, but I will have some recorded content for you. There'll be a video coming out. Don't worry. You're not going to miss me on Saturday. And then next week, we start again. And next week will be big because we have a lot of earnings. And we have the MAG 7. We have the rest of the MAG 7 earnings. Tuesday, Wednesday. Could be good reaction. Whether up or down, we'll find out. Smart Money Advisor says, I try to warn you. What do I know? Yeah. Well, it can go up. Can go up. They can say they can give us good guidance, and it can go up. Smart Money Advisor, are you in Tesla? What is your average? Let me know. What is your average with Tesla? We are 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away, and I'm very suspended. I'm very suspended. Let's see what this earnings call is going to bring us. Because we also had a rumor. We also had a rumor with a Tesla washing machine. I don't think that will be part of this earnings call. No doubt it won't be. But we could get some indication on the AI and the autonomous module, the self-driving, and the self-driving could be affecting the whole autonomous environment in the United States. And obviously the autonomous environment can be implied and developed from what is going on the ground, can be implied and developed to what is going on in the air as well. So that could be indirectly affecting the eVTOL market. Smart Money Advisor says, I'm out of the market right now, except one share in an undisclosed safe haven. Great. Great. Did you make any money? Did you make any money on Tesla? Let me just pop this on X as well, so we can get some audience when the call starts. Let me just promote this on my X account, yeah, just to be clear. TSLA. I'll show you what I'm doing as well, so I'll make it interesting to you. Smart Money Advisor says, I took my profits throughout, but I usually only short-term trade Tesla. Very good. Well, as long as you are making money, you are the winner. Congratulations. Tesla Q3 earnings, autonomy, AI, and maybe flying cars. Webcast now live on Martyn Investor. Tesla Q3 earnings, autonomy, AI, and maybe flying cars. Sounds a bit... Yeah, Sod it. Let's just whack it in there. Boom. Let's just whack it in there. That's the link. Tesla we've got in there. Let's tag Archer Bros as well. I would love them to join and make us some money as well. Tag Sensei as we do. Let me attach the thumbnail. What do you think? I would like to ask you, what do you think of my thumbnails? Do you like my thumbnails, or do you prefer Martyn's format? Or do you prefer Sensei's thumbnails? Let me know if you prefer whose thumbnails for the videos you like the most. Thumbnails, earnings. We've got Tesla here. Whack it in there. There we go. Tesla earnings, maybe flying cars. Is the Tesla washing machine going to be mentioned? Right now live. Let me just put this in there. We are starting. We are 6 minutes away. Bear with me. Stand by. Tesla Q3 earnings, autonomy, AI, maybe flying cars. Is the Tesla washing machine going to be mentioned? Stand by. We are 6 minutes away from getting the event. Jamie Reese says, we need a thumbnail with a shocked face from you, Vaz. Yeah, no. No. I'm not doing it. Sensei is the expert, and that's his trademark. Right. We are 5 minutes away. What is Tesla doing? Can you feel the suspension? Can you feel the suspension building up? Well, I certainly can. As you can see, I can't, but just need to play the ball. What are the markets doing? S&P flat, Nasdaq flat, Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum seem to be not doing any worse. Gold and silver going down as well. Ooh, interesting. Let's have a look at charts themselves. So we have Tesla. What is O'Reilly doing? O'Reilly is flat. Yeah, everyone is waiting for the guidance. There will be a reaction tomorrow morning. What is interesting as well, Beyond Meat. We had a very good short squeeze in the past few days. Let me zoom out to put you in context. There was... See, this is what I mean. Trading View. I have to refresh it all the time. I have to reset everything. I have to bring the right chat up. BYND. It's quite annoying. Yeah, so we were at the level of 50 cents, and there were some rumors with Walmart. Then it got confirmed, and we squeezed all the way to almost $9. Then we had a bit of a retraction, push up again to 760, and now we have a massive crash, massive sell-off as well. So, Jamie Reese, when Vertical Aerospace hits $200, what will your face look like? If Vertical Aerospace will hit $200, my face will look, my face will have a big, thick Cuban cigar, and I will have a glass of very expensive bourbon in my hand. That will be my face. That will be my face when Vertical Aerospace is $200. And also, when Vertical Aerospace is $200, I will probably have grey beard as well, because that's probably a few years away. That's not going to be anytime soon. So we are looking at 2030s. In 2030s, I'll be 40 years old. I'll be in my 40s, so my face will look probably the same, but I'll be a bit older. So, yeah, that will be my face with a cigar and a very expensive bourbon glass in my hand. That'll be perfect for a thumbnail. You know what, Jamie? You might. You are onto something. You are onto something. I'm not saying anything, but great inspiration. Thank you. Right, we are getting a preview now. We are getting a preview. Can I click on it? Oh, it's playing audio. So the event is live now. It's playing audio for now. I can't play the audio for you because of copyright reasons. If there will be any product showcase or any stuff made by Tesla, by their production team, I can't show this on the screen either for copyright reasons. So I will probably just have to switch to other screen. I'll be describing what's going on. Don't worry, you're not gonna miss it. But I can't play this content on our channel, on our show, just so you know. So are you invested in Tesla? There's a poll. We've got 10 more seconds to submit your votes. We are waiting for the Tesla third quarter earnings call webcast, which is about 2 minutes away. Got last 5 seconds to submit your votes for Tesla investors. Are you invested in Tesla long-term, trading, not interested, considering? 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. I'm now feeling good vibe because I can hear the music. You can't hear the music. I've got it muted, but I'm feeling very upbeat. I'm feeling like the modern music vibe. Oh, I need to plug in my phone. It's got 5%. All right, we are charging. So, are you invested in Tesla? 37% not interested. Long term, we have long-term investors 32%, significant portion, considering 26%, and trading 5%. Very interesting, very interesting. I like it. Thank you very much for taking your part in the poll. We are about a minute away from the Tesla. I can see more people coming in. Thank you everyone for joining. We are watching Martyn Lucas Investor. We are waiting for Tesla third quarter earnings call. The webcast is next to me, as you can see. Can put it in the center as well, couldn't I? That looks better. We are about a minute away. From the actual webcast, the actual event to start. James is saying, Vaz, I also have a cigar on that day too. Great, great. I love it. We are waiting for the actual webcast. I'll be starting any minute. I'm getting the audio through. There's music. I can't play the music on the channel, obviously, for copyright reasons, but we'll be starting very shortly. Are we going to see Elon Musk? Are we going to see Elon Musk on the call? Yes or no? That's a question. We are... What's my phone doing? Bear with me. Today has been just a day. Nothing has been working out. Tesla, what is Tesla doing? We are seeing slight recovery. Is this going to continue? Are we going to make money or not? Well, that is a good question. We're going to find out the answer to in the very few minutes. What are the markets doing? S&P and Nasdaq is flat. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, flat as well. Apart from XRP, XRP has been falling even lower. Gold and silver, slight recovery. We are waiting. We are literally a minute away from starting the actual webcast. As you can see on the screen, everything is on standby, everything is primed, everything is ready. We are covering the Tesla earnings call, third quarter 2025. We are about to start in the very minute the actual event. Terry Rose says, let's hear a bloody hell for just old time's sake. Bloody hell. I never say bloody hell. That's Martyn. You need to wait for Martyn when he's back. You know what? Ask Sensei. Ask Sensei tomorrow if he can say bloody hell. I've never heard Sensei saying a single swear word. I was just going to swear now. I never heard Sensei swearing ever. Go tomorrow, join Sensei and make him swear tomorrow. I tell you what, if somebody makes Sensei swear live on the show, and send me the evidence, I will have a treat for you. Let's make a bet. Let's make a bet. First person who makes Sensei swearing on his show will get big treat from me. I tell you what, first person who makes Sensei swear on the show will get 50. No, you can't. No, that's not right, because when you make him swear, you're gonna be putting your swear words in the chat. Okay, I need to think about this. It's a good idea. I love it, Terry Rose. I love it. You are always onto something today. I love it. Let me think it through. Let me think it through. Don't come tomorrow to Sensei's show and don't start swearing at him. Yeah, please don't. Right, we are waiting for Tesla for the official webcast to start. We are a couple of minutes overdue, but it always happens on the earnings call. They hardly ever start on time. What is Tesla chart doing? We seem to have slight recovery, but we are fairly down. What was the reaction today? Well, after close, we went all the way to 2.5% down, and now we are down 2%. So it's not a massive reaction. Let's wait for the earnings call. Let's wait for the guidance. Let's see what is going to happen, what we are going to hear. The event is ready, on standby. I can hear music. It's just not ready to kick off yet. We are covering the Tesla third quarter 2025 earnings call. The webcast is going to start in the very minute. Smart Money Advisors says, I do that regularly. Great. Right, a few minutes. They'll be starting any minute. I know almost every single company is a few minutes late, but I don't remember Tesla being massively late on their previous earnings. So we should be good. In the meantime, let's have a look at some more numbers. I don't like the format of the newsletter, investors letter. It's in landscape. Look at that. It's in landscape. It's in landscape, and it's so difficult to bring it on the screen and crop it. So yeah, like this. It's great. It's looking good. But if we have more text, especially numbers, financials, it's so difficult to read it in landscape. I don't know why they do it. Okay. So let's quickly go through some more numbers. Model 3Y production, we hit almost 500,000 cars of delivered this year. We have some increase in the numbers as well. What we've got here, got some charts as well. Current installed annual vehicle capacity. So these are the production facilities and what models they are producing as well. We have some new production facilities as well. No doubt we can hear this on the actual webcast. We are waiting. We are literally a minute away. Oh, there we go.
My name is Travis Axelrod, Head of Investor Relations, and I'm joined today by Elon Musk, Vaibhav Taneja, and a number of other executives. Our Q3 results were announced at about 3 p.m. Central Time in the update deck we published at the same link as this webcast. During this call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filings with the SEC. We urge shareholders to read our definitive proxy statement, which contains important information about the matters to be voted on at the 2025 annual meeting. During the question and answer portion of today's call, please limit yourself to one question and one follow-up. Please use the raise hand button to join the question queue. Before we jump into Q&A, Elon has some opening remarks. Elon?
Thank you. We're at a critical inflection point for Tesla and our strategy going forward as we bring AI into the real world. I think it's important to emphasize that Tesla really is the leader in real-world AI. No one can do what we can do with real-world AI. I have pretty good insight into AI in general. I think that Tesla has the highest intelligence density of any AI out there in the car, and that is only going to get better. And we're really just at the beginning of scaling at a quite massively full self-driving and robotaxi, and fundamentally changing the nature of transport. I think people just don't quite appreciate the degree to which this will take off. Where it's honestly it's going to be like a shockwave. So it's a because the cars are all out there. There, we have millions of cars out there that, with a software update, become full self-driving cars, and we're making a couple million a year, and in fact, with the advent of with what we see now as a clarity on achieving full self-driving, unsupervised full self-driving, I should say, I feel confident in expanding Tesla's production. So that is our intent, to expand as quickly as we can our future production. So I was reticent to do that until we had clarity on achieving unsupervised full self-driving. But at this point, I feel like we've got clarity, and it makes sense to expand production as fast as we reasonably can. We're also making huge making a huge impact on the energy sector with battery storage. So with both the Powerwall and especially with the Megapack, we are dramatically improving the ability to generate more energy from the grid. So let me sort of talk a little bit about that, which is, if you look at total U.S. energy capability, for example, there's roughly a terawatt of continuous power available in the U.S., but the average usage over a 24-hour cycle is only half a terawatt because of the big difference between day and night usage. If you buffer the energy with batteries, you can effectively double the energy output of the United States just with batteries, building no incremental power plants. And it's very difficult to build power plants. So they take a long time. There's a lot of permitting, and it's not an industry that's used to moving fast. So we see the potential there for Tesla battery packs to greatly improve the energy output per year for any given grid, US or otherwise. We're also on the cusp of something really tremendous with Optimus, which I think is likely to be, or has potential to be, the biggest product of all time. And it's a difficult project, and it's worth noting that it's not like it's just automatic. I'm unaware of any robot program by Ford or GM or any of our U.S. sort of car companies. People I think maybe think of Tesla as a car company. We mostly make cars and battery packs, but so it's not like it's not just like an obvious fall off a log thing to make Optimus.
Tesla going up.
But we do have the ingredients of real world AI and exceptional electrical and mechanical engineering capabilities, and the ability to scale production, which I don't think anyone else has all of those ingredients. So yeah, with version 14 of the of self-driving, which you can see the reactions of people online. They're quite amazed. Actually, anyone in the US can get version 14 if they just go and select, I want the advanced software in their car. So if you're listening right now and you'd like to try it out, just go in settings and say, I want the advanced software. and you will get version 14. Yeah, so on the Megapack front, we unveiled Megablock, Megapack 3. We also have exciting plans for Megapack 4. Megapack 4 will incorporate a lot of the a lot of what is normally in a substation, and be able to output at probably 35 kilovolts directly. So this greatly improves our ability to deploy Megapack because it's not dependent on building a substation up through 35 kV for Megapack 4. So that'll be that's the engineering priority for Megapack. And we look forward to unveiling Optimus V3. Probably in Q1. I think it'll be ready for to show off, and that I think is going to be quite remarkable. It won't even seem like a robot. It'll seem like a person in a robot suit, which is kind of how we started off with Optimus. But it'll seem so real that you'll need to like poke it, I think, to believe that it's actually a robot. And obviously, like the real world intelligence we've developed for the car, most of that transfers to Optimus. So it's a very good starting point. In conclusion, we're excited about the updated mission of Tesla, which is sustainable abundance. So going beyond sustainable energy to say sustainable abundance is the mission, where we believe with Optimus and self-driving that you can actually create a world where there is no poverty, where everyone has access to the finest medical care. Optimus will be an incredible surgeon, for example. And imagine if everyone had access to an incredible surgeon. So I think there's, of course, we need to make sure Optimus is safe and everything, but I do think we're headed for a world of sustainable abundance, and that I'm excited to work with the Tesla team to make that happen.
Great. Thank you very much, Elon. Vaibhav also has some opening remarks.
Thanks, Travis. Q3 was a special quarter at multiple levels. We set new records not just for deliveries and deployments, but also around a range of financial metrics from total revenues, energy gross profit, energy margins to free cash flow. This was the result of continued confidence of our customers in our products and the relentless efforts by the Tesla team. The strength in deliveries was attributed to strong performance across all regions. Greater China and
Tesla selling off. The investors are not happy with Elon Musk's news updates.
North America was up, while EMEA was up 25%. The pace in deliveries was the function of continued excitement around the new Model Y. We had previously talked about 2025 being the year of the Y, and have since delivered on that promise with the new Model Y released in Q1, followed by Model Y long wheelbase and performance, and more recently, Standard Y in North America and EMEA. We're now operating a robotaxi in 2 markets, Austin and most Bay Area cities. We've already expanded our coverage area in Austin 3 times since the initial launch and are on pace to continue expanding further. Unlike our competitors, our robotaxi fleet blends in the markets we operate in, since they don't have extra sensor sets or peripherals which make them stick out. This is an underappreciated aspect of our current vehicle offerings, which are all designed for autonomous driving. We feel that as people experience the supervised FSD at scale, the demand for our vehicles, like Elon said, would increase significantly. On the FSD adoption front, we've continued to see decent progress. However, note that total paid FSD customer base is still small, around 12% of our current fleet. We're working with regulators in places like China and EMEA to obtain approvals so that we can get FSD in those regions as well. Now, covering a little bit on the financial side, automotive revenues increased 29% sequentially, in line with the growth in deliveries. While regulatory credits declined sequentially, we entered into new contracts and continued delivery on previously entered contracts. Our automotive margins, excluding credits, increased marginally from 15% to 15.4%, which was attributed to improvements in material cost and better fixed cost absorption due to higher volumes. The energy storage business continued to deliver with record deployments, gross profit, and margins. As discussed before, this business has a bigger impact from tariffs as measured by percentage of COGS, since currently all cells procured are from China, while we're still working on other alternatives. However, as the ramp of Mega Factory Shanghai is happening, this is helping us avoid tariffs because we are using this factory to supply the non-US demand. Like Elon said, grid scale storage, the only way we can get to electricity fastest is by using storage. The other thing to keep in mind is we are seeing headwinds in this business given the increase in competition and tariffs. The total tariff impacts for Q3 for both businesses was in excess of $400 million, generally split evenly between them. Services and other demonstrated a marked improvement sequentially. This was a function of improvements primarily in our insurance and service center businesses. Note that while small, our robotaxi costs are included within services and other, along with our other businesses like paid supercharging, used car, parts and merchandise sales, etc. Our operating expenses increased sequentially. The largest increase included in restructuring and other related to certain actions undertaken to reduce cost and improve efficiency through convergence of our AI chip design efforts. Additionally, we incurred legal expenses related to proceedings in certain legal cases, as well as incremental costs incurred in preparation for our shareholder meeting. Such costs are recorded within SG&A. Further, our employee-related spend is increasing, especially in R&D, as we have recently granted various performance-based equity awards to employees working on AI initiatives, and therefore such spend will continue to increase going forward. On other income, our other income decreased sequentially, primarily from mark-to-market adjustments on BTC holdings, which was a much smaller gain of $80 million in Q3 versus $284 million in Q2, with the rest of the movement attributable to FX movements in the quarter. Our free cash flow for the quarter was approximately $4 billion, which was yet another record. Our total cash and investments at the end of the quarter were over $41 billion. On the CapEx front, while we are expecting to be around $9 billion for the current year, we're projecting the numbers to increase substantially in 2026 as we prepare the company for the next phase of growth in terms of not just our existing businesses, but our bets around AI initiatives, including Optimus. In conclusion, note that bringing AI into real world is hard, but we have never shied away from doing what is hard. We are extremely excited about the future and are laying down the foundation, the benefits of which will be realized over years to come. I would like to end by thanking the Tesla team, our customers, our investors, and supporters for the continued belief in us.
Thank you very much, Vaibhav. Now let's go to investor questions. From say.com, the first question is, what are the latest robotaxi metrics, fleet size, cumulative miles, rides completed, intervention rates, and when will safety drivers be removed? What are the obstacles still preventing unsupervised FSD from being deployed to customer vehicles?
I'll start off with that, and then Ashok can elaborate. But we are expecting to have no safety drivers in at least large parts of Austin by the end of this year. So within a few months, we expect to have no safety drivers at all, at least in parts of Austin. We're obviously being very cautious about the deployment. So, our goal is to be actually paranoid about deployment, because obviously even one accident will be front page headline news worldwide. So, it's better for us to take a cautious approach here. But we do expect to have no safety drivers in the car in Austin within a few months. I think that's perhaps the most important data point. And then we do expect to be operating robotaxi in I think about 8 to 10 metro areas by the end of the year. It depends on various regulatory approvals. But you can actually, I think most of our regulatory applications are online. You can kind of see them because they're public information. But we expect to be operating in Nevada and Florida and Arizona by the end of the year. Ashok?
Yeah, we continue to operate our fleet in Austin without anyone in the driver's seat, and we have covered more than 250,000 miles with that. And then in the Bay Area, where we still have a person in the driver's seat because of the regulations, we crossed more than 1 million miles. And we continue to see that the fleet, robotaxi fleet, works really well. Customers are really happy, and there's no notable issues. On the customer side, customers have used FSD Supervise for a total of 6 billion miles as of yesterday. So that's like a big milestone. And overall, the safety continues to be very good. And as Elon mentioned, we are on track to remove the person from inside the car altogether, starting with Austin.
Great. The next question is, what is the demand and backlog for Megapack, Powerwall, solar, or energy storage systems? With the current AI boom, is Tesla planning to supply power to other hyperscalers?
Thanks. Demand for Megapack and Powerwall continues to be really strong into next year. We received very strong positive customer feedback on our Megablock product, which will begin shipping next year out of Houston. And we're seeing remarkable growth in the demand for AI and data center applications as hyperscalers and utilities have seen the versatility of the Megapack product to increase reliability and relieve grid constraints, as Elon was talking about. We've also seen a surge in residential solar demand in the US due to policy changes, which we expect to continue into the first half of 2026 as we introduced a new solar lease product. And we also began production of our Tesla residential solar panel in our Buffalo factory, and we will be shipping that to customers starting Q1. The panel has industry-leading aesthetics and shade performance and demonstrates our continued commitment to US manufacturing.
Great. Thank you, Mike. Unfortunately, the next question is related to future products. This is not the appropriate venue to cover that, so we're going to have to skip it. The question after that is, what are the present challenges in bringing Optimus to market, considering app control software, engineering hardware, training general mobility models, training task-specific models, training voice models, implementing manufacturing, and establishing supply chains?
Yeah, I mean, bringing Optimus to market is an incredibly difficult task. To be clear, it's not like some walk in the park. At some point, I mean, actually, technically, Optimus can walk in the park right now. We do have Optimus robots that walk around our offices at our engineering headquarters in Palo Alto, California, basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So any visitors that come by, you actually you can stop one of the Optimus robots and ask it to take you somewhere, and it'll literally take you to that meeting room or that location in the building. So I don't want to downplay the difficulty of Optimus. It's an incredibly difficult thing, especially it's difficult to create a hand that is as dexterous and capable as the human hand, which is the human hand is an incredible thing. That the more you study the human hand, the more incredible you realize the human hand is, and why you need 4 fingers and a thumb, why the fingers have certain degrees of freedom, why the various muscles are of different strengths. The fingers are of different lengths, and it turns out actually that those are all there for a reason. And so making the hand and forearm, because most of the actuator, just like the human hand, the muscles that control your hand are actually primarily in your forearm. The Optimus hand and forearm is an incredibly difficult engineering challenge. I'd say it's more difficult than the rest of, from an electromechanical standpoint. The forearm and hand is more difficult than the entire rest of the robot. But really, in order to have a useful generalized robot, you do need this. You do need an incredible hand, and then you need the real world AI, and you need to be able to scale up that production to have it be relevant, because it's not relevant if it's just a few hundred robots. But so you need to be able to make Optimus robots at volumes comparable to vehicles, if not significantly higher. So if you're trying to make 1 million or something per year, trying to make 1 million Optimus robots per year, that manufacturing challenge is immense, considering that the supply chain doesn't exist. So with cars, you've got an existing supply chain. With computers, you've got an existing supply chain. With a humanoid robot, there is no supply chain. So in order to manufacture that, Tesla actually has to be very vertically integrated and manufacture very deep into the supply chain, manufacture the parts internally, because there just is no supply chain. So this is the kind of thing where I'm like, if I put myself in the position of a startup trying to make a humanoid robot, I'm like, I don't know how to do it without an immense amount of manufacturing technology. So that's why I think like Tesla's in some almost a unique, I think unique position when you consider manufacturing technology scaling, real world AI, and a truly dexterous hand. Those are generally the things that are missing when you read about other robots, that they just don't have those three things. So no, I think we can achieve all those things, those three things, with an immense amount of work. And that is the game plan. So my fundamental concern with regard to how much voting control I have at Tesla is, if I go ahead and build this enormous robot army, can I just be ousted at some point in the future? That's my biggest concern. If that is really the only thing I'm trying to address with this. So it's called compensation, but it's not like I'm going to go spend the money. It's just, if we build this robot army, do I have at least a strong influence over that robot army? Not control, but a strong influence. That's what it comes down to in a nutshell. Like, I don't feel comfortable building that robot army if I don't have at least a strong influence.
Great, thank you. We've already covered robotaxi expansion. Unfortunately, the question after that is another future product question, so we're going to have to skip that. The next one, though, is, can you update us on the $16.5 billion Samsung chip deal in Taylor? Given the importance of semiconductors to autonomy in Tesla's AI-driven future, what gives you confidence Samsung can fulfill AI6 at Tesla's timelines and achieve relatively better yields and cost versus TSMC?
Okay, so I'm gonna give quite a long answer to this question because I have to unpack this question and then answer the unpacked version. So first of all, I have nothing but great things to say about Samsung. They're an amazing company, and Samsung, it is worth noting, does manufacture our AI4 computer and does a great job doing that. Now with the AI5, and here's I need to make a point of clarification relative to some comments I've made publicly before, which is we're actually going to focus both TSMC and Samsung initially on AI5. So the AI5 chip design by Tesla is, I think it's an amazing design. I've spent almost every weekend for last few months with the chip design team working on AI5. And I don't hand out praise easily, but I have to say that I think the Tesla chip team is really designing an incredible chip here. This is, by some metrics, the AI5 chip will be 40 times better than the AI4 chip. Not 40%, 40 times. Because we have a detailed understanding of the entire software and hardware stack. So we're designing the hardware to address all of the pain points in software. So I don't think there really isn't anyone that's doing this, the entire stack, all the way through real world, calibrating against the real world where you've got cars and robots in real world. That, like, we know what the chip needs to do, and we know what, just as importantly, we know what the chip doesn't need to do. To sort of give you some examples here, with the AI5, we deleted the legacy GPU or the traditional GPU, which is it's in AI4, but AI5 does not have. We just deleted the legacy GPU because it basically is a GPU. So we also deleted the image signal processor, and there's like a long list of deletions that are very important. As a result of these deletions, we can actually fit AI5 in a half reticle, and with good margin for the traces from the memory to the Tesla trip accelerators, the ARM CPU cores, and the PCI X the PCI blocks. So this is a beautiful chip. I've poured so much life energy into this chip personally, and I'm confident this is going to be a winner, next level. So it makes sense to have both Samsung and TSMC focus on AI5. And so even like technically the Samsung fab has slightly more advanced equipment than the TSMC fab. These will both be made in the U.S. In one TSMC in Arizona, Samsung in Texas, but it's we're going to make, starting off, just to be confident of having our goal, explicit goal, is to have an oversupply of AI5 chips. Because if we have too many AI5 chips for the cars and robots, we can always put them in the data center. So we already use AI4 for training in our data center. So we use a combination of AI4 and NVIDIA hardware. We're not about to replace NVIDIA, to be clear, but we do use both in combination, AI4 and NVIDIA hardware. And the AI5 excess production we can always put in our data centers. NVIDIA keeps improving. The challenge that they have is that they've got to satisfy a large range, a lot of requirements from a lot of customers. But Tesla only has to satisfy requirements from one customer. That's Tesla. That makes the design job radically easier, and means we can delete a lot of complexity from the chip. I can't emphasize how important this is. So like when you look at the various logic blocks in the chip, as you increase the number of logic blocks, you also increase the interconnections between the logic blocks. So you can think of it like just highways. Like, how many highways do you need to connect the various parts of the chip? And especially if you're not sure how much data is going to go between each logic block on the chip, then you kind of end up having giant highways going all over the place. It's it becomes an almost impossibly difficult design problem. And NVIDIA's done an amazing job of dealing with almost an impossibly difficult set of requirements. But in our case, we're going for radical simplicity. And the net effect is that I think AI5 will be the best performance per watt, maybe by a factor of 2 or 3, and the best performance per dollar for AI, maybe by a factor of 10. So, that's, we'll have to, the proof's in the pudding. So obviously we need to actually get this chip made and made at scale. But that's what it looks like.
Great. Thank you, Elon. We've already covered unsupervised FSD. So the next question is, instead of trying to replace hardware 3 with hardware 4, why not give an equal incentive to trade in for a new vehicle?
Yeah, we've not completely given up on hardware 3. However, over the last year, we've offered the customers the option to transfer FSD to their new vehicle, which at times we've been running some promotions. If they got FSD, they can get better preferential rates. So we've been definitely taking care of this, but we do want to solve autonomy first, and then we'll come back with a way to take care of these customers. These customers are very important. They were the early adapters. For what it's worth, my daily commuter is a hardware 3 car, which I use FSD on a daily basis. So we will definitely take care of you guys.
Great. Thank you.
In addition, once the V14 release series is fully done, we are planning on working on a V14 Lite version for hardware 3, probably expected in Q2 next year.
Awesome. Thanks, Ashok. Alrighty, our final question from Say is, how long until we see self-driving Tesla semi-trucks? And could you see this technology replacing trains?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with that in terms of the semi production plan and schedule. So the factory is going on schedule. We've completed the building and are installing the equipment now. We've got our fleet of validation trucks driving on the road. We'll have larger builds towards the end of this year, and then our first online builds in the first part of next year, ramping into the Q2 timing with real volume coming the back half of the year. So that's going quite well, and that's the first step to obviously getting autonomous trucks on the road. In terms of trains, they're really great for long point-to-point deliveries. They're super efficient, but that last mile, the load unload, can be better served for shorter distances with autonomous semis, and that would be great. And so we do expect that to probably shift as we, really, as Elon said, change the way transportation is considered. And so we're looking forward to that timeline. And Ashok, I know you can take the full self-driving part.
Currently, the team is super focused on solving for passenger vehicle autonomy. That said, the same technology will extend quite easily to the semi-truck once we have a little bit of data from the semi-trucks.
Great. And now we will move over to analyst questions. The first question comes from Emmanuel at Wolf. Emmanuel, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Great. Thanks so much. Hi, everybody. So, Elon, you talked about expanding production of vehicles as fast as possible now that you have confidence in the unsupervised autonomy. How should we think about that in the context of your existing capacity of 3 million units? Is that where you're hoping to get volume to? What sort of timeline are we talking about? And would this require, some level of boosting or incentivizing demand? Like, would this basically be prioritizing volume over near-term profitability given the longer-term opportunity?
Well, our capacity isn't quite 3 million, but it will be 3 million at some point. Aspirationally, it could be 3 million within. We could probably hit an annualized rate of 3 million within 24 months, I think, maybe less than 24 months. Bearing in mind, there's an entire supply chain, a vast supply chain that's got to also move in tandem with that. So But we're gonna expand production as fast as we can, and as fast as our suppliers can sort of keep up with it. And then we're going to think about where do we build incremental factories beyond that. Like the single biggest expansion in production will be the Cybercab, which starts production in Q2 next year. That's really a vehicle that's optimized for full autonomy. It, in fact, does not have a steering wheel or pedals, and is really an engineering optimization on minimizing cost per mile, for like fully considered cost per mile of operation. So that's, you know, for our other vehicles, they still have a little bit of the horseless carriage thing going on, where, you know, obviously if you've got steering wheels and pedals and you're designing a car that people might want to go, you know, fast acceleration and tight cornering, like high performance cars, then you're going to design a different car than one that is optimized for a comfortable ride, but doesn't expect to go, you know, past sort of 85 or 90 miles an hour, and it's just aiming for a gentle ride the whole time. That's what Cybercab is. Yeah, so it's. Do I think we'll sacrifice margins? I don't think so. I think the demand will be pretty nutty. Like here's the killer app. Really, what it comes down to is, can you text it? Can you text while you're in the car? And if you tell someone, yes, the car is now so good, you can be on your phone and text the entire time while you're in the car. It's anyone who can buy the car will buy the car. And a story. That's what everybody wants to do. In fact, not everyone wants to do it. They do that. And that's why, in fact, the reason you've seen like there's been an uptick in accidents pretty much worldwide is because people are texting and driving. Autopilot actually dramatically improves the safety here, because if somebody's looking down at their phone, they're not driving very well. So that's really the game changer. You know, we do see, like, at this point, I feel, you know, essentially 100% confident. I say not essentially, 100% confident that we can solve unsupervised full self-driving at a safety level much greater than human. So we've released 14.1. We've got a technology roadmap that's, I think, pretty amazing. We'll be adding reasoning to the car. Our weld simulator for reinforcement learning is pretty incredible. Like our when you see it, the Tesla reality simulator, you can't tell the difference between the video that's generated by the Tesla reality simulator and the actual video. It looks exactly the same. So that allows us to have a very powerful reinforcement learning loop to further improve the Tesla AI. We're going to be increasing the parameter count by an order of magnitude. That's not in 14.1. There are also a number of other improvements to the AI, just that are quite radical. So it's this car will feel like it is a living creature. That's how good the AI will get with the AI4 computer. This is before AI5, and then AI5, like I said, is by some metrics 40 times better. Let's just say safely, it's a 10x improvement. So it might almost be too much intelligence for a car. I do wonder, like, how much intelligence should you have in a car? It might get bored. Actually. And then one of the things I thought, like, well, if we've got all these cars that maybe are bored, well, while they're sort of, if they are bored, we could actually have a giant distributed inference fleet and say, like, well, if they're not actively driving, let's just have a giant distributed inference fleet. You know, at some point, if you've got like tens of millions of cars in the fleet, or maybe at some point 100 million cars in the fleet, let's say they had at that point, you know, I don't know, a kilowatt of inference capability of, high performance inference capability. That's 100 gigawatts of inference distributed with power and cooling taken with cooling and power conversion taken care of. So that seems like a pretty significant asset.
Great. Thanks, Elon. The next question comes from Adam from Morgan Stanley. Adam, please feel free to unmute yourself. Adam, go ahead and ask your question. Seems like we might be having some audio issues with Adam, so we'll come back to you. The next question will then come from Dan from Barclays.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for taking the question. Elon, I know that Tesla is really focused on with Master Plan 4 bringing AI into the physical world. And I think we've seen over the past, this willingness for Tesla to engage and go into new markets, new TAMs. So when you think about the growth prospects, how do we define the areas that are really within Tesla's core competency versus where do you draw the line for markets or AI applications that are outside of Tesla's core competency?
Actually, I'm not sure what you mean by AI applications outside of Tesla's core competency. But and we didn't have any of these core competencies when we started, So it's like we had 0 core competencies, total competency of 0, actually. So you can think of Tesla as like, I don't know, a dozen startups in one company. And I've initiated every one of those startups. So it's we didn't used to make battery packs, so stationary battery packs, but now we do. We make them for the home, make them for utility scale with Powerwall Megapack. We created the supercharger network globally. No one else has created a global supercharger network. In fact, that North American supercharger network is so good at that basically every other manufacturer in North America has converted to our standard. And uses the Tesla supercharger network. But if it was so easy, why don't they just do it? And the chip design team started that from scratch. The Tesla AI software team was started from scratch. I literally just say, hey, we're going to start this thing. I post it on Twitter, now X, and then join us if you'd like to build it. In fact, Ashok was, I believe, the first person I interviewed for the Tesla Autopilot team, which we now call the Tesla AI software team, because it is the AI software team. So it's core competencies created while you wait. Optimus at scale is the infinite money glitch. It's like it's difficult to express the magnitude of, like, if you've got something if Optimus, I think, could probably achieve 5x the productivity of a person per year because it can operate 24/7. It doesn't even need to charge; it can operate it tethered, so it's plugged in the whole time. That's why I call it like a future of sustainable abundance, where working will be optional. There's a limit to how much AI can do in terms of enhancing the productivity of humans, but there is not really a limit to AI that is embodied. That's why I call it the infinite money glitch.
One thing which I'll further add is, people forget, like, our first iteration of Autopilot was 10 years back. So, Elon had started this way back in the day.
We've got the tweets to prove it.
Exactly. And then even on the Optimus side, right, as much as people think, okay, this is a new thing, I still remember, was it 4+ years back, we were in a finance meeting with Elon, and Elon said, hey, our car is a robot on wheels. And that's where we started developing. In fact, most of the engineering team, which is working on Optimus, has come from the vehicle side. And that's why, when we talk about manufacturing prowess, we have the wherewithal because the same engineers who worked back in the day on drive units are working on actuators now. So that's where we can do, if there is any company which can do it at scale, that is going to be us.
But we also have actually added a lot of new engineers as well to the team. So there's actually a lot of the credit for the Optimus engineering is actually also new engineers, many of them that are just out of college actually.
Yeah.
So the Optimus engineering team is a very talented engineering team. I'd say like wow, actually. So the Optimus reviews at this point are there's the engineering review, and then there's the manufacturing review being done simultaneously with an iterative loop between engineering design and manufacturing. Because then we see we design something and we say like, oh man, that's really difficult to make. We need to change that design to make it easier to manufacture. So we've made radical improvements to the design of Optimus while increasing the functionality, but making it actually possible to manufacture. Like I'd say Optimus 2 is almost impossible to manufacture, frankly. But to Vaibhav's point, we've gone from a person in a robot outfit to what people have seen with Optimus 2.5, where it's doing kung fu. It was like Optimus was at the Tron premiere doing kung fu, just out in the open, like with Jared Leto. Like there wasn't nobody was controlling it. It was just doing kung fu with Jared Leto, at the Tron premiere. You can see the videos online. Actually, the funny thing is, like, a lot of people walked past it, thinking it was just a person, even though with Optimus 2.5, you can see that it has a waist that's 3 inches wide, which is obviously not a human. But the movements were so human-like that a lot of people didn't realize they were looking at a robot. So, and what I'm saying is, like, Optimus 3 will be a giant improvement on that, and made it scale. But like I said, a very difficult thing. The Optimus sort of engineering and manufacturing reviews, and there's the Friday night meeting with Optimus, which sometimes goes till midnight, and then my Saturday meeting is the Saturday afternoons with the AI 5 chip design team. So those two things are crucial to the future of the company.
Great. And Dan, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, just as a related, maybe you could just talk about to what extent are the AI efforts at Tesla and xAI complementary, or are they just different forms of AI? Maybe you can just help distinguish for the audience. Thank you.
Yeah, there are different forms of AI. So the xAI, so Grok is like a giant model that you could not possibly squeeze Grok onto a car. That's for sure. It is a giant beast of a model. It's with Grok, it's trying to solve for artificial general intelligence with a massive amount of AI training compute and inference compute. So, for example, for Grok 5 will actually only run effectively on a GB300. That's how much of a beast that Grok 5 is. Whereas Tesla's, models are, I don't know, maybe about less than 10% the size, maybe closer to 5% the size of Grok. So, yeah, they're really coming at the problem from very different angles. xAI and Grok are they're competing with Google Gemini and OpenAI ChatGPT and that kind of thing. So and some of it's complementary. I mean, for example, for Grok Voice, being able to interact with Grok in the car is cool. Grok for Optimus voice recognition and voice generation is Grok, so that's helpful there. But they are coming at it from kind of opposite ends of the spectrum.
Alrighty, Adam, let's give it another try. When you're ready, please unmute yourself for the next question. Alrighty, unfortunately, still having audio issues. So we're going to move on to Walt from Lightshed. Walt, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Just getting back to Austin, if you can remove the safety driver at year end, is the limitation in the Bay Area just regulatory, or is it kind of the market by market learning process? And I guess similarly in the 8 to 10 markets that you mentioned to get added, is the decision there to put a safety attendant in the passenger seat or the safety driver in? Is that like your step-by-step process to opening up a market, or is it really just the regulation in the individual market?
Well, I think even if the regulators weren't making us do it, we'd still do that as the sort of right sort of cautious approach to a new market. So just to make sure that we're being paranoid about safety, I think it makes sense to have a sort of either safety driver or safety occupant in the car when we first go to new markets to confirm that there's not something we're missing. Because all it takes is like 1 in 10,000 trips to go wrong, and you've got an issue. So it's just to make sure, like, is there some peculiarity about a city, like a very difficult intersection, or I don't know, something that's an unexpected challenge in a city for that 1 in 10,000 situation. I think we probably could just let it loose in these cities, but we don't want to take a chance. And like, what we're talking about here is maybe 3 months of safety driver in a new metro to confirm that it's good, and then we take the safety driver out, that kind of thing.
Okay, and then on FSD 14, it has a different feel than 13, and it's also, I think, a little different than what it feels like in Austin. Is it basically different development path that you're doing in terms of the robotaxi stuff versus what you're dropping to the early adopters? And when you push these new builds, is it that you're looking for notable improvements in intervention rates, or is that largely solved and it's more about adding the functionality like the parking, the drive modes, or just the overall comfort?
No, the first priority when we release a major new software architecture for Autopilot is safety. So it starts off with safety, obviously safety prioritized, and then we solve comfort thereafter, which is why I don't recommend people take the initial version, like that's why I say, like, most people should wait until 14.2 before they actually download version 14, because by 14.2 we will have addressed many of the comfort issues. The priority is very much safety first, and then thereafter the comfort issues. That's why most people, I'm like, it'll be a little, like, it'll be safe but jerky. We just need time to kind of smooth the rough edges and solve for comfort in addition to safety with a major new Autopilot architecture change. But it really is. I mean, I know what the roadmap is for the Tesla real world AI, and at very granular detail. Obviously, Ashok is leading that, and I mean, I spent a lot of time with the team, going, in like excruciating detail here on what we're doing to improve the real world AI, and like I said, this car is going to feel like it is a living creature, and that's with AI 4 before even AI 5.
Yeah, the roadmap is super exhilarating. Like it's like so like waiting so much like release all the stuff we are working on in terms of like what we ship to customers versus robotaxi. It's mostly the same. Obviously, customers have some more features like they can choose whether the car wants to park in a spot or in driveway or something like that, which is not super relevant for robotaxi. But there's only like a few minor changes like those ones. But the majority of the algorithms and the architecture, everything is the same between those two platforms.
Yeah, but and as I mentioned earlier, like we'll be adding reasoning to I don't know, Ashok, is that like reasoning in like 14.3, maybe 14.4, something like that?
Yeah, 3 or 4 by end of this year for sure.
Yeah. So with reasoning, it's literally going to think about which parking spot to pick at the. So it's going to say this is the entrance, but actually probably there's not a parking spot right at the entrance. If it's a full, if the parking lot is fairly full, the probability of an open parking spot right at the entrance is very low. But actually, what it'll simply do is drop you off at the entrance of the store and then go find a parking spot. But it's going to get very smart about figuring out a parking spot. It's going to it's going to spot empty spots much better than a human. It's got 360-degree vision, and it's going to, like I said, just it's going to use reasoning to solve things.
And fitting that all inside the computer that has AI4 is the actual challenge. That's what the team is working on. Because obviously you can do reasoning on the server that takes forever, but then in car you need to make real-time decisions. So fitting all that into the computer that's in the car, that's the challenge.
Yeah, that's why I say I have a pretty good understanding of like AI, the sort of the giant model level with Grok and with Tesla, and like I'm confident in saying that Tesla has the Tesla AI has the highest intelligence density. When you look at the intelligence per gigabyte, I think like Tesla AI is probably an order of magnitude better than anyone else. And it doesn't have any choice because that AI has got to fit in the AI4 computer. But the discipline of having that level of AI intelligence density will pay great dividends when you go to something that has an order of magnitude more capability like AI5. Now you have that same intelligence density, but you've got 10 times more capability in the computer.
Great. The next question will come from Colin at Oppenheimer. Colin, please unmute yourself when you're ready. Colin, go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you bringing up the challenges of hand dexterity in humanoids, along with the complexity of the supply chain and the vertical integration you guys are pursuing. I'm just trying to harmonize the timeline for the start of production, next year with the current state of the supply chain and what sounds like a fair amount of work remaining on the dexterity before you can really freeze the hardware design and start to scale up production.
Well, the hardware design will not actually be frozen even through startup production. There'll be continued iteration because a bunch of the things that you discover are very difficult to make. You only find that pretty late in the game. So we'll be doing rolling changes for the Optimus design even after startup production. But I do think that the new hand is an incredible piece of engineering. And that's well, like I said, we'll have a production intent prototype ready to show off in Q1, probably February or March, and then we're going to be building a million unit Optimus production line. Hopefully with a production start towards the end of next year. But that production ramp will take a while to get to annualized rate of 1 million because it's going to move as fast as the slowest, dumbest, least lucky thing out of 10,000 unique items. But it will get to 1 million units, and then ultimately, we'll do Optimus 4. That'll be 10 million units. Optimus 5 maybe 50 to 100 million units. I mean, it's really pretty nutty. Yeah.
Alrighty, that is unfortunately all the time we have for Q&A today. Before we conclude though, Vaibhav has some closing remarks.
Thanks, Travis. I want to take the time to talk about an extremely important vote, which is being held on November 6th. The meeting will shape the future of Tesla, and we are asking you as our shareholders to support Elon's leadership through the 2 compensation proposals and the re-election of Ira, Kathleen, and Joe to the board. Note that it is a team sport, and here at Tesla, the board is an integral part of the winning team. Shareholders are at the center of everything we do at Tesla, and our special committee has laid out a compensation package. Like Elon said, we don't even want to call it a compensation package.
Yeah, it's not. The point is, I just like there needs to be enough voting control to give a strong influence, but not so much that I can't be fired if I go insane. But you know, and I think that sort of number is in the mid-20s approximately. As a company that has already gone public, we've investigated every possible way to how do you achieve increased voting control without you know. Is there some way to have like a super voting stock? But there really isn't. There is no way to have a super voting stock after you've gone public. But for example, Google, Meta, you know, many other companies have this, but they had it before they went public, and so it sort of gets, I guess, grandfathered in. Tesla does not have that, so it's just like I said, I just don't feel comfortable building a robot army here and then you know, being ousted because of some asinine recommendations from ISS and Glass Lewis who have no friggin' clue. I mean, those guys are corporate terrorists. And the problem, yeah, so let me like explain like the core problem here is that so many of the index funds, the passive funds, vote along the lines of whatever Glass Lewis and ISS recommend. Now, they've made many terrible recommendations in the past that if those recommendations had been followed would have been extremely destructive to the future of the company. But if you've got passive funds that essentially defer responsibility for the vote to Glass Lewis and ISS, then you can have extremely disastrous consequences for a publicly traded company if too much of the publicly traded company is controlled by index funds. It's de facto controlled by Glass Lewis and ISS. This is a fundamental problem for corporate governance because they're not voting along the lines that are actually good for shareholders. That's the big issue. I mean, that's what it comes down to. ISS, Glass Lewis, corporate terrorism.
Yeah, and I would say, you know, the special committee did an amazing job in constructing this plan for the benefit of the shareholders. There's nothing which gets passed on till the time shareholders make substantial returns. So that's why, you know, in the end, I would say, I would urge you to not only vote on the plan, but also vote on all the 3 directors because of their exceptional knowledge and experience. And literally, you know, we at Tesla work with these directors day in, day out. I mean, there is not even a single day that one of the directors I haven't spoken to or one of my colleague hasn't spoken to. And even the directors out here are not just reading out of, you know, PowerPoint presentations. They're actually working with us day in, day out. So again, I just urge you guys as shareholders to vote along the board's recommendation. Thank you, guys.
Great. Thank you, Vaibhav. We appreciate everyone's questions today. We look forward to talking to you next quarter. Thank you very much and goodbye.
That was certainly interesting. I'm just not getting it. It's like one of the biggest market companies, and their earnings call are just boring. Sorry to say that, but the mid part, it was just I was struggling to keep my attention on Elon, but yeah, it's just the way he is. So I think the numbers are solid. The guidance probably is not the best what the investors expected. You can see it on the chart. I would not be surprised if we go even lower tomorrow. This could possibly affect and influence a red day as well tomorrow, because it's Tesla, you know. But let's see tomorrow. Join Sensei tomorrow morning, definitely for the breakfast show. I am now doing a video. I started doing some bits and bobs. I will have a video out in about an hour and a half. There'll be a video out with an update on Archer Aviation. We seem to have a contact with the new aircraft, with the November 704 Alpha X-Ray, the fully piloted eVTOL. So we have had a contact, and I'll be talking about it in about an hour or hour and a half. So if you are still awake, stand by. You will see it here on the channel. If not, tune in tomorrow morning. In the afternoon, I will see you again with some eVTOL content, and in the evening, we don't have anything for the evening, do we? Let's have a look what we've got for tomorrow. We've got tomorrow, we've got Intel, we've got Ford, got a few more. If you are liking what you are seeing for tomorrow evening, you can still chime in and you can lock yourself in. If not, I'll see you in the afternoon for the live daily eVTOL update and the story of the day. And then I will see you later, probably on Friday. If not, tomorrow morning, Sensei will have a busy morning. Thank you everyone for joining me. I'm seeing a few more comments from you. Thank you very much for joining me. It means a lot. Today we had a bit of all over the place that evening. The start of the evening was a bit all over the place. So I do appreciate for standing with me. I hope you have enjoyed the call. You have learned some interesting stuff you needed to learn as an investor. I've got a message from James. I thought they could have made the earnings more interesting. Yeah, I agree, James. Elon did not seem too interested in talking much. Yeah, I agree, James. Smart Money Advisor agrees with me. I think you agree with me, or unless you are reacting to something else. Zach says, Vaz, keep calm and carry on. Great job. Well, thank you. I didn't do much. I was just listening to Elon. You know, I was. If you mean great job staying awake, thank you. Zach, thank you for joining. Yeah, Terry, no foul language tomorrow, yeah? Let's come up with a plan. I actually liked what James said. We can say words which have got similar pronunciation and sound like swear words. I think we can. If you join me tomorrow, we're gonna develop it, yeah? We're gonna plot a little plan for Sensei to make him swear on the show. Because I would love to hear Sensei at least for once saying a swear word. But let's let it sink and think about it. So yeah, tomorrow, no foul language. Just our little secret, yeah, Terry. Thank you, Vaz. It's much appreciated. Thank you, James, for being with me. Mr. Bond, brother from the same channel. Smart Money Advisor. Yes, you agree with me. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Brother from another mother, says James. So Tesla is now level. I think that'll be flat until morning, and then pre-market. I'm very intrigued what the pre-market is going to bring. Yeah, I don't know what I would have been doing. Long term, I can see it. Mid-term and long term, definitely would be solid investment for me. That will be a buy for me. Probably moderate, not so strong. For mid-term, long term, it's a strong buy. Short term, the region of days, I can see it going either way. I can see it probably going even lower. That's just my personal opinion, my guess. So, thank you very much for joining me again. Ever so grateful. I will see you in about an hour and a half on my little Archer update. If not, I will see you tomorrow. Join Sensei tomorrow morning for the market open. He will tell you the ins and outs, what you can look forward to. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves and each other.